Hello and welcome to my channel. I'm Dr. Ashia, and if you're an anti-vax person and don't want to go for the coronavirus vaccine, you should watch this video. Maybe it helps you to change your mind, because in this video I'm going to discuss about the reality of the Pfizer vaccine side effect. This is not the side effect that reported by its company, but it's reported by the UK Health Ministry with the help of independent researcher over the research on 40,000 people who are working in UK healthcare system. So they recorded all the side effects, and on top of all of this, I was very lucky that one of my very old-time friends, Dr. Joni Sue from Singapore, also had received her second shot of the Pfizer vaccine, and she was kind enough to give time for me to have an interview and compare this reported result with her experience. During this interview, unfortunately, we went through lots of technical problems, but she was kind enough to come back again and do the interview with me because the Zoom didn't record it in the first time. So if you want to know more about the reality of the Pfizer vaccine side effect, you should follow me to this video. Before we go to the Dr. Joni Sue's interview, I want to discuss about those side effects that reported by the UK Health Ministry regarding those people who are receiving the Pfizer vaccine. Based on the report, 37 of the people who received the vaccine, they feel pain and swollen at the injection site. And this number rise to 45% by the second shot. Why is that? First of all, this is not side effect. This is the normal function of the body when they feel the intruder have entered our system, especially by the injury. So what's happening at the site of the injury, which in this scenario is the needle of the vaccine, body cause inflammation. Why? Because it doesn't want those intruder to spread to the other parts. So it causes inflammation, and this inflammation also triggered the cytokine release, and this cytokine attract white cell to this area to fight the intruder. So the second reaction that they mentioned is 14% of the people who received the vaccine had muscle pain and some kind of shivering, as well as small fever. And this number also rise to 22% after the second shot. Again, this is normal body function and body reaction to the vaccine. Now please listen to Dr. Joni Sue interview and her opinion regarding, does this vaccine have GPS inside? Does government want to track us with using this vaccine? And so many other nonsense that so many people talk about it without any base and the correct knowledge. So please listen to it. Let's start again. You look very tired. You just came back from work, yes?
Yeah, it's been a busy day at work trying to
I
settle
can
up.
see. I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah.
So let's start from all the question again from the beginning.
Okay.
So
All right.
can you little bit tell me about yourself? How many years you've been a medic, and how many years you are in the Singapore healthcare system?
Okay. Wow, it's been many, many years already. So I came to Singapore in about 2000 to study medicine. Graduated about 5 years later. So graduated in 2005 or 2006. It's been so long ago already.
Yeah.
Then I did a couple of years doing clinical work. Then after that, I transited towards doing informatics. So right now, I'm actually doing medical informatics in my job. So I've been in Singapore for close to since 2000, close to about 20 years. So yeah, I've been here pretty long already. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So did you have any encounter with the people who catch coronavirus infection, or get any interesting news from your colleagues, your ex-colleagues who are still in the hospital? What was their perspective from this disease?
All right. I don't have any personal encounter because I'm not really working in the front line in Singapore healthcare. But I do have colleagues working in the front line. And touch wood, Singapore so far has been pretty good. We haven't really had that many serious cases in the ICUs in Singapore. Most of the cases that we've had are actually quite mild. As they don't, a lot of them actually don't go into ICU actually. We did have a few at the beginning, but things have actually quite tailed off from what I understand. So compared to other countries, Singapore wasn't really badly hit with too many serious cases until it overwhelmed the Singapore healthcare system. But that I would say Singapore actually has a very, very good system to actually first identify. controlling the spread actually. So identifying, making sure the disease doesn't spread. Actually, we're actually pretty strict on actually making sure that folks who actually have to stay at home to serve their stay home notice, that they actually do stay at home. And I think so far most of the effort has actually worked. So we don't have a very big spike in cases as compared to other countries. Like recently with all the new spike, right? I mean, Europe had a spike again, right?
True.
Singapore
US,
didn't really,
Iran, my country also as well.
Yeah. So Singapore didn't really have that big a spike. After the initial one we had last year, somewhere around April.
So what type of vaccine they prescribing, and what kind of vaccine nowadays using?
So currently Singapore is still using Pfizer as far as I know. We have just so-called approved the use of another vaccine, the Moderna vaccine. But as far as I know, we're still using Pfizer. Yeah.
All right. So then you definitely received the Pfizer vaccine.
Yeah.
Wow,
yes.
how I know.
Yes, how you know. Yeah. Okay.
Sixth sense.
Yeah.
So
Sixth sense. Yeah.
how was your experience with the Pfizer vaccine?
Well, so far, so my healthcare cluster is one of the Singapore public healthcare clusters that's actually rolling out the vaccination program right now.
Okay.
So we started out with vaccinating the healthcare workers, the pilots, because we need them to be healthy. Then after that, we are actually opening up to public the vaccination program already. So I had my vaccination actually just about three weeks ago or so, my first dose. And it went pretty well, pretty smooth actually. So the operations was actually quite top notch. I didn't really have to wait for a very long time to get vaccinated. So the nurses were also very, very experienced and very nice. So they were like, so I was actually joking with them because I kind of know them. So the vaccination itself, well, I mean, other than the usual vaccination prick pain, which you definitely get at any injection, there wasn't much issue for me. I only just had a bit of a sore arm after that. But other than that, no, within I think a day or two, it just dissipated and I was actually okay already.
And in my opinion, we don't even need to call this side effects, because any type of vaccine I remember I received, that's the normal reaction of the body. It's not side effect. To me, like side effect is something like really cause damage, like very high fever, make you disable, or very like a anaphylaxis reaction. But so far, even in UK, they haven't, except those people who previously have a reaction and have an allergy to other medicine or food. For the rest of the people, it was quite fine. So you didn't even get a fever?
No, I was actually perfectly okay, other than a bit of a sore arm. Yeah. So so it's true. Any sorts of vaccination or even like any injection itself, right? You can expect a bit of pain, a bit of soreness, but it's actually quite normal. There are folks who have a history of allergy, right? So I mean, unfortunately, we can't tell whether anybody has allergy sometimes, especially if we've never really been allergic to anything before. And as like you're a researcher, so you kind of know that allergies can certainly just happen. No one actually knows why anybody's allergic to anything sometimes, right? So yeah, other than a couple of allergy cases that was actually after that they were taken care of and then they were discharged and they were actually okay. So far, I don't think Singapore actually had any big issue with side effects from the vaccination so far. Yeah.
So tell us about your second injection.
So I just had my second injection last Friday, and okay. So what I gather from like a lot of my colleagues who actually had the second vaccination already was that the second one was actually worse than the first one. But for me, the second one was actually better than the first one because I had no soreness at all.
Soreness. So some of them really experienced that the second one was more painful, more like swollen more for others, but for you was nothing.
Yeah, it was as though I didn't even have an injection other than the prick. Right after the prick, of course there's a bit of soreness, but then it just went away within like 30 minutes, an hour. So I was actually like moving around my arm
Alright.
like normal. So
Normal.
there wasn't an issue with me. And even the next day I was out mountain biking already. So
Wow. You're a
I had no
superwoman.
issue. Yeah,
Super girl.
I really had no issue. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
That's very good. That's very good. So now in Singapore they start to give it for the public as well.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
based on your experience, it was very smooth and you didn't experience any side effect, just a normal reaction to the vaccine, which always happen.
Mm.
And I want to thank you so much for putting time again, because yeah, last time was screwed up by Zoom.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It was really.
And do you want to add anything personally?
Yeah, sure. So I would really suggest that folks who actually have no contraindications to getting this vaccine to actually think hard and to go for the vaccination. I mean, the reason why I went for this vaccination was not because I'm a doctor, but it was because I didn't want to infect my colleagues, my friends, my family. They were really important people around me that I really don't want to spread the disease to them if I ever have it. And another thing was that I also didn't want to catch it in the first place, because as far as I know, COVID-19 actually can be quite debilitating. Even if you don't have, like, even if anybody catches the disease and you don't have the really bad disease, like you go all the way to ICU, have respiratory distress and things like that. Some folks actually do get lingering side effects from the disease, like the loss of sense of smell, potentially some
damage to the nervous system, heart problem, kidney problem. Right. And if there's a rate of people who even after cure, they get a heart attack and stroke, and it's all because of the side effect of causing the blood clot inside their system, even cause the organ failure. Yeah, this is a very...
Yeah, so I mean, to me, it's worthwhile getting the vaccination and protecting yourself and protecting everybody around you. And read up on articles that is how you say, actually comes out with all the studies of the vaccines, the trials they did, and actually read up and actually do a very informed decision about whether you should take the vaccine or not. But otherwise, like what I said earlier, if there's really no big contraindication of taking the vaccine, I do suggest that everybody do go for the vaccination. Yeah.
What about the GPS? Do you think they put GPS inside your body with this vaccine?
No! No, I'm pretty sure if anybody were to track me right now, Facebook probably does a better job.
Better job than the, They don't need to spend so much money to make such a small GPS to get inside the vaccine.
Right, they don't need to. They have my phone.
Yeah, phone, credit card. Yeah, very true. Very true. Google search, GPS, everything.
They know. I have my phone with me. They know where I am all the time.
Exactly, where are you? That's true.
Yeah, they know what to sell to me, so I always see the ads coming up. Right? So no, I know.
To what you search, they give you the ad related to what you have searched already.
Yeah, it's scary, right? Yeah.
Very scary. Very scary.
So no one is tracking you through this vaccine. If anybody was to track you, it's probably through your mobile phone.
Yeah, very true. Very true. Very true. Really, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for putting this time. I hope this video at least helps some people with all the trouble that we're going through, My wife have to stay inside the kitchen so I can make this video. I really appreciate her as well. Thank you, Joni. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Asha.
I hope you have a good night. Go rest. I know you're very tired. You had a long day.
You too. Go take your break.
Okay. Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
So as you can see, at the end of the day, after she received her vaccine, she's fine without any adverse effect, without any side effect, just a normal swollen and painful site of the injection. So that's what's happening for majority of the people, unless you have some kind of allergy. And unfortunately for allergy, sometimes it can be hidden. So for those rare cases, the things can be different. That's why after you receive your vaccine, you have to stay in the place for 20 minutes. So if there is any type of adverse effect regarding allergic reaction, healthcare system will take care of you. So unless you have any kind of allergy, you are perfectly eligible to go and get this vaccine. And regarding the GPS and all other things, as I mentioned in this video, your credit card, your phone, your computer, the search engine that you use every day is already indicate that where you are right now much better than any type of GPS that the government want to put inside your body to turn you to a zombie or any other nonsense that the people without any knowledge that make up. And please be smart. This is not a simple matter. This is not something that take it as a joke. You should go for the vaccine if you care about yourself and your loved one and your society. So I hope this video was interesting for you. I will make another video soon regarding the doctor in the US who got the vaccine and unfortunately he died. I will explain in that video that what was the condition and what happened there. So if you want to know more about that, please don't forget to subscribe and follow me there. Till next time, I wish you all stay safe and well and get your vaccine. Till next time.